It was nearly midnight at JFK International Airport, and the storm outside pounded the glass walls like 1,000 angry fists. Travelers rushed through the terminal, drenched coats flapping, anxious eyes scanning, departure boards flashing with delays and cancellations. The world was in motion, fast, loud, impatient, but in the far corner of Terminal 5, sitting alone on a blue plastic bench near the vending machines, was a little girl, so still, so quiet. She seemed invisible to the passing crowd. Her hair was wet and tangled, her jeans torn at the knees. Her tiny hands clutched a worn-out teddy bear. She couldn't have been more than 7 or 8. Her name was Lena, but no one at the airport knew that. She had no ID, no boarding pass, no adult. With her, just a crumpled note folded into the lining of her coat. Her name is Lena. She's smart. She's strong. She's been through too much. Please, help her. Claire Hensley wasn't supposed to be at JFK that night. Her connecting flight to Seattle had been canceled due to the storm, and her business meeting had gone terribly wrong. Earlier that afternoon, after 14 years in corporate branding, she had nothing to show for it that day. Her luggage had gone missing, and she had just gotten off a frustrating call with her ex-fiancé. She was tired of airports, of clients, of people, and just wanted to disappear into a hotel room. And yet, she noticed the girl. It was the stillness. Maybe. The way the child didn't fidget like other kids. The way she sat with quiet dignity, eyes trained on the floor, ignoring the chaos around her. Claire passed her at first. Then she turned around. Kneeling down gently. Claire offered the child a granola bar from her handbag. Are you hungry, sweetheart? She asked. The girl nodded. Barely. Claire sat beside her. She didn't mean to. She didn't know why. But something made her stay. Maybe she saw a piece of her younger self in the child, abandoned emotionally, if not physically. Security was called. The airport police arrived. Social services were contacted, but no one could trace the girl. She wasn't on any flight manifest. No missing child alert matched her description. She barely spoke, just whispered her name once. Lena. Plan was to place her in emergency foster care. But Claire, against every logical bone in her body, stepped forward. I'll take her, she said. The officers blinked. The social worker hesitated. You want to foster her? No. Claire said slowly. I want to adopt her. Claire wasn't a mother. She had never planned to be. Her life was a strict itinerary of deadlines, Zoom meetings, and airport lounges. But that night, her life changed in an instant. She took unpaid leave, moved into a modest rental in Seattle's quiet suburbs, and began the process: interviews, court approvals, psychological evaluations. It took 6 months of hearings, home visits, and endless paperwork. But eventually, Claire became Lena's legal mother. The first year was hard. Lena didn't speak much. She'd flinch at sudden noises, hoard food under her bed, and stare at windows like she was waiting for someone to return. But slowly, the walls came down. Claire, read to her every night, cooked together, enrolled her in a school with patient teachers. Therapy helped, but love helped more. One day, when Lena was 10, Claire found her drawing. It was a picture of 2 people, a woman kneeling down, offering a granola bar, and a child holding a teddy bear. It was rough, but powerful. You remember that night? Claire asked. Lena nodded, smiling for the first time. From then on, drawing became Lena's language. She sketched on everything: napkins, cardboard, notebook covers. Her teachers took notice. By age 12, she was winning school art competitions. Claire encouraged her every step of the way. When Lena was 16, she applied for an early scholarship at the Royal Academy of Art in London. She got in. Claire cried for 3 days straight. They moved temporarily to the UK. Claire got remote consulting gigs to support them both. She'd sit in cafes while Lena attended workshops, happy to let her daughter chase her dreams. But what Claire didn't know was that Lena had always remembered everything being left at the airport, the voices of the people who dropped her off, and the ache of wondering why she wasn't enough. She channeled it into her art. At 21, Lena held her first solo exhibition in Paris. The show was called Left Behind. The centerpiece was a massive oil painting, 6 feet wide, of an airport terminal bathed in blue light. At its center was a small girl sitting alone on a bench, and to the left, a woman in a business suit, kneeling down with a granola bar. The painting went viral. Art critics called her the voice of the forgotten. People were moved to tears. Stories of children lost in the system, of kindness from strangers, of adoptive love all flooded the comments and headlines. One clip stood out. In an emotional BBC interview, the host asked Lena who the woman in the painting was. She's my mother, Lena said, voice trembling. She didn't give birth to me, but she gave me life. The video was watched by over 42 million people in 5 days. Back in Oregon, Claire had quietly retired. She had bought a small cottage with her savings and spent her mornings tending a vegetable garden. She had no idea what the internet was buzzing about until she turned on the TV and saw her own face in a painting. Asterisk, and then, knock at her door. Asterisk, it was Lena, standing with cameras behind her, tears in her eyes, holding her old teddy bear. Asterisk, I told the world our story, she whispered, but now I want to tell you thank you, face to face. Asterisk, the two women embraced, mother and daughter, bonded not by blood, but by choice, by kindness, by a single moment in an airport 20 years ago that changed everything. Asterisk, asterisk, sometimes the most extraordinary love stories begin in the unlikeliest places, like a cold airport bench, on a stormy night, when one tired woman chooses to see a child no one else will. Asterisk, Claire thought she was saving Lena that night. Asterisk, but Lena gave Claire a reason to believe and love again. Asterisk, and the world watched their story not because it was glamorous or dramatic, but because it reminded everyone that kindness is the one decision that can change a life forever. Asterisk, and sometimes, it changes too.